Hey, so throughout my experience as a career coach here in UAE, I've encountered a lot of people who are like they're fearing the change of moving to another company. And to me, it was like a question like, why would you do that? You don't like the salary, you don't like the current working culture, and probably you're not happy what you're doing right now. Why you still fear the change of moving to another company? And the most common reason is that they are afraid that the next working culture will be even worse or bad. Okay, a toxic culture. So in this video, I'm gonna focus on the three main aspects on finding out or discovering how to find out the right working place. Hey, so the thing is, we have to take consideration three things before we think of making a move. Is we need to, number one, identify what kind of values I believe in, what kind of culture I would love to work in. Number two, how do I find out the right working culture? And number three, what are the right questions to ask to find the right working culture? So let's start with number one, which is what values would I love to see? What kind of culture I would love to work in? And for us to be able to overcome this dilemma or this part here, we have two things we take into consideration. Number one, you identify your values, right? Create a list. What I would love to see in the perfect working environment, right? What love they have, right? Do they have like a vending machine where it gives you free food, or like they have a PlayStation area? I've been working in similar culture before, by the way. So what would we really appreciate the most in the next working culture? Then number two, you might be not aware exactly what kind of work values you would admire in the first place or you believe in. So for this reason, check out one of the links you can appear on the screen, or it can appear below in the comment section or the about section. That will take you to a link that will give you a test for you to help you identify what work values you appreciate the most. This will help you a lot to identify what is the best working environment. All right. So the first part of the first aspect of identifying right work culture is over. The second part of it, like how do I find where is the right working culture now? Of course, probably you have some companies you are planning to work with or you are applying to in the process of finding the right job, right? So what you're going to do, there are three steps to find out more about or where do I get the information about the company. Okay, number one, their website. Now a lot of companies in their about section, they talk about their culture, about their community, about what they believe in. Unfortunately, you can't rely much on that because companies lie. And in fact, maybe just X company that is headquartered in the USA or in Europe, they do have some sort of core values they believe in and core kind of values that are already inherited in the company's policies, and this is the way they treat their employees. But unfortunately, their office in X city in other parts of the world is totally different. Things don't run the way they were expecting them, right? So it might at least give you a good orientation about the company's culture and what they appreciate the most. Now, the second source is you need to understand that these companies do create some sort of events every now and then, right? It could be like monthly event about a product launch, about their company in general, about their partnerships in some sort. Attend these events because they talk a lot about what they appreciate the most, what they value the most in their company. Okay, so you get a better idea about what they really talk about. The third source, which is the best source to know if this is the right working culture for you, or to find out more about that company's working culture, people who already working there, and especially those who have left recently, ex-employees. These guys are like a treasure to you. They will share everything about that company. You might be surprised about information that probably will help you, will seriously like save your life before joining this company. Especially those who've been working before, they'll tell you like all cons and pros about working with that company. Okay, so of course, if you want confused, how do I reach out these people? Which is, there's a link, check it out also again on the screen or down, and it'll show you how do we approach and network with people on LinkedIn. All right, so we covered the second aspect on how do we discover the right to find out the right working culture. Now the question is that since you mentioned, Haytham, that I can reach out people, what seems like the best way approach, which is I believe is the best way. What kind of questions you can ask, which is the third part of this video. What kind of questions to ask? These questions probably they can start again from the test that you have created in the early stage, which is the values. what values I adore the most, I will love to see. Start from there. Ask questions about leadership, for example. If you're really concerned about working with a micromanager at some point, start with leadership. How the way managers work, how do you interact with your management, how they expect things to get done. What, for example, if something didn't work with your manager, how do you behave? Okay, ask more about working hours. Well, this guy, as long as you're not expecting this person to be a hiring manager, can ask all these questions, right? Do they usually often work extra hours? Ask about, for example, holidays. Ask about how often they have free time. Again, all has to do with what you are valuing the most in this company. Do they get training? Do they get appreciated? Get every time appreciated? It's like a kind of a collaborative culture where you work with a manager. The manager would roll his sleeve with you also start working. This will give you a better idea what kind of culture is that. I have calculated. Actually, I just collected all the expectations that you would love to know about how to find out the right culture. And I believe and I hope that I was able to help you overcome one of the biggest challenges when it comes to making a change. Of course, you don't want to move to a wrong place. I understand that you have this fear that I don't want to follow the same mistake. How do I avoid it, Haytham? Just make sure you follow up these three aspects in general and every step in any of these aspects. If you have any questions, if you're concerned a little bit more about how do I make sure I'm doing the right thing in my career move, you can reach out to me anytime. You can check out the links right now to book a call and see how we can work together later on, build the right approach. I mainly work with executives and subject matter experts in the market, especially here in GCC and UAE market. I'll be more than happy to help you there. Make sure to subscribe if you love this kind of content and you would love to support me one way or another to support others create more content. Also, make sure to like this video and give me your opinion in the comment sections. If you have further questions, I'll do my best to answer these questions. Until then, have a lovely day. Take care. Bye bye.